Welcome back to Market on Close. Let's talk some earnings. Let's talk some computer building. Michael Potter rejoins us from Corsair Gaming, Chief Financial Officer, post earnings and also post about 4 weeks of me building a PC. Got some of your parts in there, Mike. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, it's good to be back here, Oliver, and glad to hear you use our stuff in your computer you just built. Pretty common, actually, when I talk to people that build their own computer, they always mention they use our gear.
Well, you guys, you've got a pretty good presence in Best Buy. You got a pretty good presence at Micro Center, too. So I got a couple of pieces of flashy RAM from you in there and a power cord, too. Mike, but, I've been doing my best to keep the earnings going, but the stock's been under some pressure. So am I late to the game here? Am I like a year behind when everybody was building PCs, or what's going on?
At the end of 2022, NVIDIA and AMD came out with new GPUs, and also it came off the COVID time when GPUs were really hard to get. So the first quarter and second quarter of 2023 were very strong for PC building. A lot of people have been waiting a while, and with the higher end GPUs, that's our customer base. We sell very high quality, but a little bit pricier products. So people tend to use that in higher end PC builds. So the comps year over year were a lot tougher in our core components and systems business. And we only guide annually. So when the analysts came up with their guesses by quarter, they came up with a reasonable, but a little bit on the high side guess for Q1. So that's mainly the difference there. We had told the public in the street that components and systems comps year over year would be a little bit strained, particularly at the beginning of the year, and that's actually what happened. So what we thought would happen did happen. We have very good news on the gamer and creator peripheral side, though. 20% growth year over year, over 40% margin, which was a new record for us. And that's actually a very key sector for us. We have lower market share in that space, and there's a lot more possibility for us to grow rapidly in a very attractive business there. So actually, we're quite pleased with the performance in Q1 of that segment.
So I think that might answer some kind of my core financial question on the earnings, which is that your gross margin was actually up from a year ago at 25.7%. It was 24% a year ago. The revenues are down about 5%. So are people buying less price? They're buying smaller ticket items with those peripherals than like the big fancy GPUs, but you get a bigger chunk on the margin? Is that the way it's working?
That's partially the reason for it. It's certainly a lot less expensive to buy one keyboard instead of building a whole new system.
Yeah.
The other thing is to give credit to the team that comes up with our products. Last year, we spent a lot of time working very carefully on getting the new generation of products out to the market. And I think they did a great job hitting what gamers really want and what creators really want. An example would be Elgato came out with their new Neo series. So that's webcams, microphones, the very popular Stream Deck product. That was released late in Q1 and it's done quite well. That aims at a segment below the higher level streamers, a little bit more into the prosumer space, but still get advantage of the really great Elgato software there. So I would say partially economy and people spending a little bit less, partially GPU cycle, constraining a little bit the component side, and a lot of credit to our team that came up with great products.
One of the suites of products we've talked about is the stuff that you guys make directly targeted to streaming, both from a professional and from a casual standpoint. But I'm curious if that market is still booming the way it was a couple of years ago. How popular have the products been, and how much still is there left in that market of people getting online?
So I think the big boom that happened during COVID, just like many other types of business, is not quite as strong growth there. But I think the expansion and use of our products is growing outside of that just traditional space. Stream Deck, which is sort of a super macro keyboard with an LED screen and LED buttons, so you can just look at it quickly and see what you need to do. that's been extremely popular and spreading out far beyond the people using it just to control the OBS and Twitch software. So that's been very good growth for us. We also have a marketplace where we let people who create apps for that platform sell it to the public. And that's been getting pretty good traction for us and growing quite nicely. So quite pleased with that gamer and creator peripheral segment. And it's key for us to expand revenue more rapidly in the future and to get our gross margins higher and higher. So I think the performance in Q1, and we had good performance in Q4 as well. So that's 2 quarters in a row of good growth, and was quite encouraged to see that.
Okay. Hey, let's talk about this breaking news that you guys are entering into discussions with a company that owns a product called Fanatec, which is a driving sim. I literally just saw one of these at Micro Center when I was there getting the other stuff. What do you guys want with this? How popular are these? I mean, this is like where you sit down and it's like a simulated car, right? It's like super realistic.
I can't really comment too much on the potential acquisition. We just did a press release. So if you go to the investor relations section of Corsair.com, you can see the press release, and that has everything we have to say at this moment. It just started the process for us. The racing sim market itself, we've talked about quite extensively. I mean, I've talked about it here with you in the past when I've been here. We have our own product coming out. We think the market is $1 billion plus. We're more mid-high end in terms of the product we've been developing and we're aiming at. And that's expected to be released and announced at Computex, which is the big computer trade show in Taipei that happens at the beginning of June. We also got some other great products coming out. We have a mobile controller that'll be coming out very soon. So that'll allow you to play with your iPhone and it's coming out by SCUF. So it's going to have the great SCUF controller innovations like our PC and our console controllers from SCUF do. So that's coming out very soon, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And our move towards really a lot more customization, the ability to really make the products look like the consumer really wants it to. Just something that's black or silver or white or something. A lot of people today want more color and more personalization. And we have the technology to do that, to let you really personalize your whole setup so that it's really unique for you.
All right. The simulated racing industry, sounds like you guys think there's a lot of potential there. Certainly looks pretty cool from what I saw, but I'm gonna have to get a bigger apartment. Not quite as easy to fit that rig in there. All right, thanks for the heads up.
We have a rig set up upstairs. It's sort of like people that are into cars and into racing, and I'd say my boss Andy Paul, who's our founder, is definitely a car guy. I'm not as much of a car guy, but it's a spectacular looking demo rig we have set up here with basically our 3 flex monitors. So we have pretty much 180 wraparound monitor experience for people using that.
Yeah,
so
wild.
Quite excited about what we have and obviously look forward to the future as well.
All right, we'll keep tabs on it. Thanks for the update. Appreciate it, Mike.
Great. Thanks for having me back, and maybe I'll talk to you again next quarter.
All right, sure thing. Thanks a lot. Michael G. Potter, Chief Financial Officer at Corsair Gaming.